Hi friends, this is Pastor Lucas Pin, and this is our snack for the journey. Another week, and we are so glad that you're here with us. We're so glad that God is giving us the opportunity to help you, to bless you, to walk with you, to encourage you. And we're walking through the Bible, and it has been an adventure in that sense, because every week we have a different book, and I pick one or two verses per day on that book and share with you what the Lord is saying for us. So that is the idea. And this week we are going to start with the book of Joel. Joel is the prophet, and it's very interesting because his name means it's a combined name. It means Jehovah is God. So that is the name of Joel, and I'm going to share a few verses because his prophecies are very powerful prophecies, and some of those verses that I'm going to share with you, we have them in the New Testament, and it's being used, prophecies that were fulfilled in the New Testament. So it's very interesting. But Joel has some very interesting prophecies, and one of them is right at the beginning on his book, chapter 1, verse 3 and 4. Look what Joel says. And God says to Joel, "Tell it to your children, and let your children tell to their children, and their children to the next generation, what the locust swarm has left, the great locusts have eaten. What the great locusts have left, the young locusts have eaten. What the young locusts have left, other locusts have eaten." And it's a tongue twist for me, that locust. It's that, but the idea is what those swarm, those insects came and destroy, and Joel is prophesying something very interesting, because the people, they turned their back to God and they decided to do whatever they want to do, and God said, "Look, I'm going to send you those insects, those locusts, and they are going to come, and they're going to come in waves, one after the other, one worse than the other, until you learn." And sometimes this is and then he said, "Look, tell your children, tell their children to tell their children, and so forth, so on." It's just kind of, it's gonna happen, and you're gonna tell about those things for a long time, and we're still talking about those things even today. It's that if you turn your back to God, there's consequences, and God will send one after the other, one worse than the other, and He will allow those things happen, because until you come to the sense and say, "Okay, I need to stop walking that direction, because that direction has only destruction and death and pain and suffering, and I need to turn around and go back to God." That is the point. That is the point. God will just let them, you want to do it, and you're going to see how much it will cost to you, to your family, to your business, to whatever it's going to cost. And the idea here is that you're going to talk about those things for a long time, because God will let those things happen to you until you turn back to God. And the best part is that we have the message, we have the word right here in front of us, and we are wiser than they were at that time, because now we have the history to back God up, to prove to us that God was right, they were wrong, and they kept insisting in sin, and God punished them, and they did not learn. And that was, and I hope we can learn with this lesson. When we do something wrong, we just need to turn our backs and go back to God, because that is the lesson that we have to learn here with all those prophets, because those prophets, they're calling the people of God back to God because they left. And that is the lesson for us. And this is our snack for the journey for today. God bless you.